Well, we are back with the Commissioner of the Division of Motor Vehicles, Wayne Goodwin. We are discussing backlog, summer hours, and more, all things DMV. So we're going to head back to our questions here. Someone asked, can you go to another county to register your vehicle and get plates?
The short answer is yes. That's a question that I was glad to answer, because a lot of folks unfortunately think they can only go to a driver license office or a license plate agency in their county. We provide services statewide in all of these offices, as well as online at myncdmv.gov. But yes, you can go to any other county if it suits your purposes and is more convenient for you. Then please go wherever you can within the state.
Wonderful. And how do you get a disability parking tag if the person that is disabled is a parent that no longer drives but lives with their child and has trouble walking?
Right. Well, we have the requirements for that at myncdmv.gov. It's not as complicated as one may think. There does need to be a verification from a physician that that someone needs that, and it's modest cost for it. But you can go to myncdmv.gov and look for the link for disability placards, and it'll tell you exactly what you need to do. And if you have any trouble, of course, contact us, and we'll help guide you along the way.
All right. And how is the Real ID different from a regular driver's license?
Well, the short answer is that it has a star in the upper right-hand corner. But more thoroughly than that, the answer is that the Real ID it is more secure because it was an additional document that was used to verify your identity, and of course the Real ID it has that star, but on your non-Real ID credentials it says not for federal identification purposes. So the Real ID is for federal identification purposes.
All right, next question here. I recently went to get my Real ID and was told I needed a copy of my marriage license. I did not see this listed as one of the requirements on the DMV site. I got married 46 years ago. I have no idea where my marriage license is.
Yeah, there's a list of various documents that one can choose from. If someone is getting their Real ID for the very first time and their name has changed since they first got their driver license, then that's something to verify that you are who you are. If someone does not have that marriage certificate, then there's some guidance as to what you can do instead, and the like. But do know there's a variety of documents that are allowed, and this usually comes up in particular if someone is deciding to, if they've chosen to divorce or to change their names, or they've had multiple marriages. That's something to verify you are who you say you are. And I'm sorry for that little complication, but that's a federal requirement. That's not something that the state has required.
Sure. And someone wants to know more about the kiosk at non-DMV sites. So I assume like the grocery stores and things of that nature. How secure will they be?
Well, they're as secure as an ATM machine. You get your money and you access your bank account through the ATMs that are at grocery stores. So it's as secure as that is. And of course, at the grocery store, you use your bank cards and you sometimes give them your driver licenses as well. So it'll be very secure. It'll be on the inside, not on the outside. So the same security measures that are in place for the rest of your functions that you have at a grocery store will be there too.
Okay, let's squeeze this last question in, maybe in 20 seconds. Can you update your driver's license online still?
You can update your address and some other things online. You cannot update your photo online, and of course you alternate when you can go online versus when you need to go in person. If you play your cards right and follow the rules, you really ought to be in person at a driver license office once every 16 years if you're under age 66.
All right, thank you so much. And you can find all this information on our website, WFMYnews2.com, in the 2 Wants to Know section.